Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. And this is your bold and the beautiful recap for August 26th. And look like Hope gets to meet her father's new roommate. And then we got this whole hypocritical conversation between Deacon and Ridge, and look like Liam is worried about where his wife is. Well, we all know where she is. But before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, receive all updates, and please don't forget to like and share. So where we left off yesterday is where Hope came in to see this mysterious woman in her dad's apartment. And of course, she's asking who this is. And Sheila, on the other hand, has not at this point revealed herself. And it pretty much started off right there. Then it switches over to her mom. So Brooke is, of course, thinking about her relationship with Ridge and how this whole thing with Thomas and Taylor and Douglas and all of this is impacting her relationship. The problem is that even though she thinks they're the problem, it's actually the fact that she's now reminiscing over the conversation that he wants her to be on his side. And unfortunately, she is not. She is on her daughter's side. So we all know where that stands. So Liam comes in because Liam was thinking that Hope was up at the main house with Brooke. He didn't know that, of course, Hope had went over to see her dad because she felt that, she hadn't been spending enough time with him. So, this is an opportunity to go over there and see him, especially with all the kids being at the house. So then they get into this whole conversation about Douglas and how is it that he's going to be able to have his son? He was unstable at one point, and now all of a sudden he want to come and take his son. It makes no sense. And in the same breath, they also are having this conversation about Deacon. We all know how Liam feel about Deacon. But Brooke is like, I'm not going to let Ridge come in between what her and her father has. Okay, but you're okay with coming in between Thomas and his son. Go figure. Yeah, make that make sense, Brooke. So now that he knows that Hope went over to see Deacon, he calls none other than Deacon. Deacon is like, well, I'm at work. Well, Hope went to see you. Hope is at my place? Oh, okay, well, and he hightailed it off the phone, so much so that he ended up hanging up in Liam's face, which shocked him, and also it kind of made Liam a little bit unsettled, like, what was that about? And, we're going to stop right there because we got another issue to address. The whole conversation that happened between Ridge and Deacon. So he's already having a bad day because of the fact that Sheila showed up, right? So now here comes Ridge to make his day even worse. Now Ridge is coming up there to confront him about that whole picture that Hope took in Ridge's office that she wanted to post to social media that went, of course, viral. And Ridge saw it. And he's like, you need to stay out of my house, stay out of my office, and stay away from my wife. And I'm like, you just admitted to Brooke that you kissed your ex in Monaco. Yeah, you sound kind of hypocritical, Ridge. And I mean, he's in this whole fury about this thing. And I know Taylor got some feelings from yesterday at that party. But, that whole conversation was absolutely ridiculous. And I'm surprised, as much as he was hurling insults at Deacon. Of course, Deacon don't know the latest on what happened in Monaco. But like Deacon said, you ain't perfect. Here you go hurling insults about my life. And then you act like you're Mr. Sainthood. Now, I gotta say, Ridge says that, of course, he's made mistakes. So this was an unnecessary argument. Now back to that phone call. He now realizes from Liam again that Hope is at his place. So, of course, he hightails it out of there. Liam is concerned because he got hung up on. And, of course, Ridge is like, dang, where is he going so fast? Probably because he didn't get a chance to end the argument. So now, again, Hope just walked in and found Sheila with her back turned. So, of course, she was curious about who was hanging out at her dad's place. Now, what we did see when Sheila finally turns to face Hope, she has her disguise on. Now, Sheila, no doubt, she was no doubt quiet about saying who she was. She didn't say anything. She did have those scissors in her hand. But, it's confusing to Hope because Hope never heard her dad mention anyone. And especially she's always in everybody's business anyway. And Hope will already become concerned, like, who this woman? So then we see Deacon comes in. He's shocked because as much as the words that Hope was coming out of her mouth, it was almost like she recognized who this was. But then the tune changed when she said, "Dad, I didn't know you had a new woman in your life." And so everybody was relieved. He was relieved. Sheila was relieved. And I think Hope would have been relieved if she would have got them scissors. Anyway, so Hope is still pressing the matter, finding out who this is. Now, I don't know if Hope caught this, but he contradicted himself. First thing, he said it was random. And then he turned around later in his statement and said that she's an old friend. So is it random off the street or is it an old friend, Deacon? We were paying attention. I don't know if Hope was paying attention. We'll know in this episode. But as much as they're trying to figure out a way out of this situation, Hope wants an introduction. So they shake hands. They introduce themselves. Sheila said her name is Lena. And she was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." But I guess after touching her hand and looking at her a little bit deeper, it seems as if Hope recognizes who this person is. And she's like, "Have I seen you or have we met before?" And that's where it kind of left us at this cliffhanger for Friday because of the fact that I'm wondering how this is all going to play out. Now, she didn't say anything, and Deacon looked like he had a deer in headlights. So we'll have to wait and see on Monday to see what happened, because I heard that there's going to be some more tricky things going on next week, so we don't want to miss what's coming ahead. So there you have it, your Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, August 26, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap, it has already been uploaded to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Let's get the conversation started down in the comments section. And also stay tuned for the week of August 29th through September 2nd spoilers that will be dropped on this channel this weekend. So until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.